Welcome to another episode of the Zebra Influencer Series. I'm your host, Scott Reyes, and I have the distinct honor of working with our alliance partners and ISVs to discuss different customer operational challenges and create and be innovative in our new solutions. In this episode, we have a distinct guest who's going to be joining us soon. His name is Wes Wright. He is the Chief Technology Officer at Imprivata. Wes, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, Scotty.
Hey, Wes. It's nice to meet you. Can you tell the audience a little bit about your background?
Oh, sure. I started my career as a chief technology officer the way any chief technology officer would, and that was as a Korean linguist in the Air Force. Um, just kidding. No, I did start my career that way, but it didn't lead to the CTO-ness. I've been in healthcare delivery side of the market for about 25 years now at various locations and various CIO, CTO, and when I couldn't avoid it, CISO roles. Moved over to Imprivata, my first vendor assignment in my lifetime. Moved over to Imprivata about 4.5 years ago, and really excited about the new Imprivata and the digital identity company that Imprivata has become over these last 5-6 years.
Excellent, Wes. Well, thank you for that. That's an interesting background to come from
Yes.
linguistic space. So maybe you can explain to us, or explain to the audience, really. I know Imprivata has been a great partner
Mhm.
and collaborator with Zebra for many years now. Maybe you can expand on a little bit of the collaborations that we have going on and what's new and exciting at Imprivata.
Sure. I'll take the last first.
Okay.
From an Imprivata perspective, a lot of folks. One, we're in about 80% of the North American healthcare delivery organizations that have more than 250 beds. So folks know who Imprivata is, and that's a pleasure and partly a curse to some degree too, to tell you the truth, because they know us as the tap and go company. Everybody who has their badge, they tap in and the computer comes up for them, and they think that's Imprivata. It's actually OneSign, one of our products, and what we've done since Gus Melezes, our new CEO, came on board about 6 years ago. We've really moved from just your mom and dad's old tap and go company to a digital identity company. So our Gus has said before, wherever there's a wherever there's a digital identity event in healthcare,
Mhm.
Imprivata will be there. And our product portfolio really has grown to encompass almost all of that. And that's really where the collaboration with Zebra comes in, because there's a lot of digital identity events that happen on Zebra devices. And for the longest time, we weren't there. We Imprivata weren't there, and we couldn't see what was happening with those digital identities. So that's what really led to the part we have now with Zebra. And like you said, Scott, we've been together for quite some time. To 2015, 2016, 17, 8, sometime around there. And one of the biggest advances that we made together is with our what we call mobile device access. And that's essentially, and those people who do know the tap and go technology, that's essentially turning the Android phone, the Zebra phone, into what we call a Type 2 device. And that is the user can take their badge and tap the Zebra phone, and it goes out to OneSign and brings their credentials over onto that phone so that they can single sign on into a bunch of applications on that Zebra phone. So that's where we initially started with Zebra, with our mobile device access product, and it's really been quite the success. I think that pairing, that hardware pairing with the Zebra device and the software from Imprivata, that's a hard combination to beat, Scott.
It is a hard combination to be. I agree with you, Russ. So thank you for expanding on that and some of the collaborations that we've got going on. I think the audience is really interested into understanding it from a technology standpoint. What are the hospital and
Mhm.
healthcare systems most worried about?
Well, increasingly, folks are moving mobile. COVID really sped up a lot of that move to mobile. Um, but it's that move to mobile and being able to keep that same efficiency, that log in, log out efficiency that they've had with Imprivata on a workstation or a workstation on wheels. That's really, I think, where the Zebra Imprivata partnership really shines is we are able to, and y'all were the first ones we did it with. We are able to take that same efficient experience of log in, log out, and single sign on into the Zebra's mobile world, which that is just really taken off for y'all, and we're just kind of riding on your coattails, to tell you the truth.
Interesting. So I know you said type 2 and you said single sign-on, which is really one of your solutions at Imprivata. Let's dive into Imprivata's mobile solution, your single sign-on. Why mobile? How does that work?
Well, again, as Gus's credo, the CEO, it is wherever there's a digital identity event in healthcare, we'll be there. And like I said before, all kinds of digital identity events were happening on mobile devices like the Zebra, and we weren't there to see those. And so we were falling down on that promise, and not just the Zebra devices, but on the iOS devices too. We have a different product for that called Ground Control, and I bring that up to answer a little bit of your question you had before about what's new and exciting at Imprivata is on the iOS side of the house where we use Ground Control. You can use that software to provision the iDevice and this is the important part as hospitals move more and more to mobile. You can set up a bay of devices where people can come in and tap their badge and check out a device and get single sign-on onto that device. That right now is only available, that capability is only available on iOS devices. But at Imprivata, we realize that we want to give our CIOs, our CTOs, our CXOs a choice in the type of mobile devices they use. And we don't want the software to be the limiter. So we're porting our what we call mobile device access software over into Ground Control so that you can have that same capability of walking up, tapping a badge, and checking out a device. So the device check in and check out. We expect that'll be here sometime around the first, maybe second quarter of next year. So that's really pretty exciting for us from a mobile perspective, to where now our customers have choice and don't have to make a decision on I need to check this in and I need to be able to check in, check out. So I'm going to have to go iOS devices. We don't want to force people that way. So now once we can get that mobile device access ported over, now they can still make that Android, that Zebra choice.
Well, that's amazing. That's interesting and exciting. All in the same package.
We think so.
As we look at Q1, we're excited to get more of integrations into that Ground Control piece then that as comes out for Android. Can you maybe expand a little bit about the integrations that you have with Zebra? Like, how do those integrations with us work?
Yeah, right now we have Zebra was our first partner with this. We have the mobile device access software that we essentially take over the login screen, the login capability of an Android device, much like we do on a Windows device now, a Windows endpoint. And through that, we're able to offer a single sign-on into a bunch of different apps, not all the ones that you might have on a mobile device, but a lot of them. And that's where the partnership first started. And now our latest step in that journey of partnership is we have a joint client down in Texas where the Zebra has their cabinets. And as somebody takes a Zebra device out of the cabinet, they're prompted right then to tap their badge by Imprivata. They're prompted to tap their badge then before you can even use that device. So without that Imprivata software and that tap in, that device is just kind of bricked, as they say. And then when that device is put back into the Zebra cabinet, everything is logged out and that device is refreshed again. So that's the new and pretty exciting journey that we are on with Zebra right now.
Well, that's exciting to hear, Wes. You guys are integrated to our intelligent cabinets. To your point, I think it's
Yep.
interesting that
Yep.
you can track the asset, and as the clinician out in the field picks up the device, they can tap and go and start moving that immediately. Now you have visibility of the asset, and you know who's logged in, right? So that's awesome. Thank you for
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. Sure. Well,
And
thank you again. We're riding your coattails.
so I think we've talked a little bit about healthcare, um, but I'd love to understand what other verticals and providers are actually expanding in or looking to expand in.
Yeah, from another vertical, we've made our bones in healthcare. We are a healthcare. I mean, Gus is saying wherever there's a digital identity event in healthcare, we'll be there. But some of the products, particularly mobile device access, the in other industries, uh, they use mobile almost as much as we do in healthcare. And interestingly, we're seeing a lot of pickup with that. And actually, it's through the Zebra partnership that we're becoming aware of some of these too. And that people want to be able to tap into and tap out of Android device. I know of one of our customers. They have an Android device on a forklift, and you have to tap into that Android device using Imprivata's mobile device access in order to get that going. So essentially, by checking out that Android or tapping into that Android device, you're checking out a forklift. So there's a lot of different places that we're seeing people come knocking at our door. And again, I think a lot of that is because of the Zebra partnership that we have, because y'all work in a lot of different industries outside of healthcare, and you're aware of the capabilities of our software. And when you see somebody with that shared device problems, you guys are really great in saying, "Hey, these Imprivata guys have solved it for healthcare. Maybe they can help you in this industry."
Yes, sir. So to your point, Wes, one of our biggest verticals that we're in today is retail. The next one is manufacturing,
Hmm.
transportation, logistics. So we do have a lot of Android mobile computers that are out there today in those verticals. So it's interesting that you guys would venture with us out into those verticals as well for a single sign-on piece. I think you talked a little bit about some of what you're seeing out there today. Are you seeing what are
Hmm.
the other trends that you guys are seeing in those verticals, whether it's healthcare or retail or
Hmm.
manufacturing and logistics? Well, can you expand on those trends?
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the bigger one is, for a long time we didn't know what to do with these mobile devices. Do we buy one for every provider? Do we buy one for every person on the manufacturing floor? And now what we're really starting to see is this recognition that we can treat these mobile devices the same way we treat a PC, and that is we can share. That could be a shared workstation. And with the mobile device access and the ground control products that we have, it allows our customers, again, mainly healthcare, 90% healthcare, but it allows our customers to take those devices, and instead of buying 100 for 100 staff, they can buy 20, yeah, okay, 50 maybe, or 30. They can buy 30, and that staff can just rotate through those, especially if they have the Zebra cabinet. That's easy check in, easy check out. You can see exactly where the devices are. So that's one of the major trends that we're seeing, is that a move from a per person device to a shared device scenario. And that uh, why that may not benefit Zebra as much as it does us, because you want to sell as many devices as you can. It's really what's driving our mobile device access and our ground control software, is the realization is, boy, this is way more affordable than a per person device.
And Wes, yes, to your point, obviously we sell mobile computers and other peripherals, printers, and it would be great for us to sell more of those. But our customers are asking for adoption of our
Yeah.
devices. So the more applications that sit on top of that device, the better it is for us as well. And we try to bring through our ecosystem of ISVs and alliances like you guys who are in our program,
Hmm.
um, that adaptability into into the device itself, and make sure that there's multiple uses on our mobile computers as they're out with the customer. Right? So we're very outcome driven from that aspect. Wes, so in discussing the channel, if one of our channel partners or customers wanted to take advantage of Imprivata, how would they go about doing that?
Pretty easy, Scott. Just reach out to us via our website, improvata.com, and we'll have somebody reach back out to our channel partners. We historically haven't, with our single sign-on software, we weren't very much into the channel, but with our mobile device, our ground control, we're really starting to get back into the channel, so to speak.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's awesome to hear. As you may know, Zebra, 95% of our business is built out through the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that you guys are going down that path as well. Any last thoughts or ideas you want to leave with the audience, Wes?
Uh, yeah, it's this that, and I said it at the beginning of the conversation. Improvata, we're not just the tap and go company anymore. We have a complete digital identity solution, as we've talked about today, from provision to deprovisioning and mobile device and other kinds of devices in between there. So if you think Improvata, think digital identity now, not just tap and go.
Excellent. Wes, on the behalf of Zebra Technologies, I want to thank you for getting on our show and comparting some of your knowledge and information with the channel, our customers, and the audience. I want to thank the audience for staying on and listening in. Again, just give us a quick like, leave us some comments, let us know what else you would like to hear from the Influencer Series, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.